Hello and welcome back everyone, or welcome back Masters. This particular video that we're going to be talking about today is all about a question that we've been asked: how do we do distant healings and how do we do distant attunements? Now, as you can see, I have an empty chair here. Now, this is all about your intent. It's all about you being 100% pure with your intent and desiring that person to receive the healing session or the attunement. Because if you would, then let's just use Mario as an example for the moment. Would you mind?
Yes.
Now, at the moment, you can see that Mario is sitting here. But let's say that Mario had to leave, and at a certain point I'd have to continue the healing session. Thank you, Mario. And then she's not there anymore. But with my intent, with my thought, with my desire, with love, pure intention, she is still here. Now, let's just use the example for a moment of doing the attunement, distant attunement. Now, of course, we've just done the 7 directions and we always smudge the area of the room. Now, basically, the next step would be to start with the oneness circle just above their head. Now, you've seen that other video, so I'm not going to go through all of the steps here. But just to give you an example right now, although Mario's not actually sat here, I can see her out of the corner of my eyes, and I know at this moment that she's actually feeling me describing this oneness circle above her head. She's feeling as I go through each of the chakras, which is basically what I'm doing here. I'm checking her chakras to make sure that they're all open and ready to receive the attunement. Now, that's just an example of the first step of an attunement. It is about you being 100% pure in your intentions, loving the person enough to go through all of the steps as if they were actually physically there. And it really is as simple as that. Now, you've watched the video, for instance, about karma and how that works. I don't think you're going to want to cheat on this one, because that one will turn around and it will bite you in the bum if you try to cut corners in this. So remember, it's about your heart intention, your pure intention to do that attunement for that person in that other country. And you have a heck of a lot of fun with it, because a lot of times we certainly use, for instance, Skype. You can use Windows Messenger. You could use, I believe, Hotmail. I believe Hotmail has a video thing that you can use to communicate with each other. But we prefer Skype, and at the moment they're doing a couple of attunements for a lady in America. And, well, certainly with the sounds that are coming back through the camera, through the mic, she really is feeling these attunements reaching her. Now, of course, we are absolutely of pure intent, pure loving intent, that she gets everything possible, all that we can give, and you can hear that she absolutely is getting it. And don't be surprised at all, for instance, if you want to do something with their hands, or maybe at the end, for instance, when you put your hands on their shoulders, they're going to feel your hands, because we know that having set that intent, although they might be in America or in another part of the world, in New Zealand, in Australia or whatever, we know that somehow or other there is a part of us coming together, each of our energies, if you will, and what we're doing here in the physical body, it is touching them, it is reaching them. We've had examples when we've just washed our hands with using one of those soap dispensers, and then all of a sudden we were asked, "Have you just put a special aftershave on for me, Ian?" Well, it was the soap from the soap dispenser. So don't be surprised if these things come back to you. And it really is, it's beautiful the way that this works, because it's going to be confirming things for you, how powerful this really is. And of course, we've talked about this as well. When you get these confirmations, it helps you to learn to trust your abilities, the energies, and all of that great stuff. Now, if for instance you want to do a healing session on someone, again, you could use the example of them sitting there on the chair. What I personally prefer to do is have them lie long on the bed, or on the settee, that they're really comfortable and they're really relaxed. Now, if I were to do a healing session, I personally would always begin by simply scanning their energy fields. And as I scan their energy field, of course I'm getting signals from whoever it is I'm doing the healing session on as to where there might be imbalances, pain, complaints, whatever. And I go through the whole length of the body, from the top of the head to the tips of the toes, and I do the scan. And then if I found anything, wherever I found anything, then it's quite simple. You've seen all of the healing videos. We simply put our hands there and allow it to flow. Now, although that person's not there, we've had this so many times that they've felt this energy coming into them. In time and space doesn't exist when you're using these things. When you're using your pure loving intent to have another or help another person through you being a channel for the energies, it works. It works. And my goodness, you're going to have a lot of fun with this. You're going to have a lot of great new experiences. So I'd say, if you're going to do them at a distance, just trust that it's going to come. Learn to communicate with the other person either before or afterwards. I wouldn't recommend it during the healing sessions or during the attunement, but certainly allow yourself enough time. For instance, the lady that we're doing the attunement for in America, I first take an hour to run through the materials, ask her questions about the videos, ask her questions about the symbols, what is it doing, why are we placing that. Just have a conversation with them to help them understand all of the materials, and so that if they have any questions, for instance, you can answer those questions. Generally I spend an hour on doing that. And then I prepare her, of the person of course, to either for the healing session or the attunement in this case. We take a little bit of a time out so that they can freshen up or go to the bathroom or whatever, and then I just have them sit down, and I am actually physically imagining them indeed on a chair in front of me, and I do go through the whole of the ritual. And when Mario and I are together, Mario would stand at the back, for instance, and work from the back, and I would stand at the front and work from the front. And then you have the benefit of the two of us, of course, as we are sharing these energies, or we're sharing the attunement, because you have two different perspectives, intuitives, that are going to be working on you. So if you do work with a partner, that's a lot better, because you can help each other to remember. But if you're doing it on your own, well, make notes, the little sticky notes, and help yourself by doing it that way. I think I've covered more or less everything here about distant healing. We have written a piece in the Master Guidelines, just to give you a little bit more extra information, added information. But that's it for now with regards to distant healing,